Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be talking about management of organizations. Once you have started organization, you might be interested of how you can manage and operate number of organizations. A lot of perhaps there's so many different ways how you can do it, but let me share a couple of examples. If you do have industry know-how and you know how to do job perhaps better compared to some of the areas within even locally, perhaps how some of the business are being managed right now. Would that be perhaps gym, your fitness center, and the way how people are currently managed overall business in that particular fitness center? If this particular fitness center is owned by your local government, uh, government owns and operates those services, or it would outsource these services to different organizations, other organizations to do those services. If you know how to do that particular, how to manage those operations better, you can get into competition to get your company to manage those facilities. You can enter competition process, how you can do it. You would need to contract you would need a lot of moving pieces. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but it can be, but you can do it. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. You can do it. If you know how to do it better, how to manage those facilities better, you once you enter a competition, you would have access to manage those facilities. Would that be a fitness center for your local government? Would that be perhaps social services like taxi, or perhaps managing some of the logistical issues that your local government might have? Would be parcel delivering services, mail delivering services. You can manage those services for your organization. You can submit proposal for managing any of those services. So that's how it works. Once you have an organization, you can do it. Why I'm saying I don't want to get anyone in trouble. If you would enter some of those contracts, I don't want to be held liable if you wouldn't necessarily fulfill all of your requirements. But you can do it. That's what I'm saying. So a different question is how to do it. Depending on your knowledge and expertise within a particular area, you need to do your own research and finding where this proposal is happening, or what kind of services government is looking to buy, and what perhaps what facilities would you be interested in managing. Would that be brewery where you perhaps make beer? Would that be brewery that you make coffee? Would that be brewery, I don't know what wine or whatever in my house? If you're not interested in that, perhaps you can manage different services. That would be logistical services, or would be something I mentioned already, fitness facilities. Either way, let's break it down all full process. If we were begin with market research and overall understanding, begin by researching the specific services that the government is looking to outsource. Understand government's goals, needs, and requirements thoroughly. You need to tailor your proposal to align with objective that the government is looking to achieve. Registration and compliance. Ensure that your business is registered and compliant with all government regulations. This includes having a necessary license, certification, and permits. I would begin with that before doing anything else. Especially if I'll be talking about overall finance. Don't forget, before even receiving finance, you might want to consider having all the license, certifications, and permits before you even start looking for overall finance for your project, whatever that activity might be. Overall, identify any opportunities. Look for government contracts, opportunities thoroughly, official channels such as government websites, procurement portals, and databases like federal business opportunities. That would be US, and it's limited only to people who have majority owned by US citizen. I have done my own research to understand that. Otherwise, you won't be able to do any business with federal government in US. Capability and assessment. Assess your company's capabilities, resources, and experience to determine if you can meet the requirements of the contract. If necessary, consider partnering with other businesses to strengthen your proposal. If you not necessarily yourself have an industry know-how, perhaps you could partner with other businesses or perhaps hire right people in the right places to fulfill those gaps. Prepare a comprehensive proposal. Your proposal should be well researched, detailed, and address all requirements outlined in the government request for proposal. Key elements to include executive summary, detailed project plan with the timelines, clear budget and cost breakdown, qualifications and expertise of your team, strengths for risk management, strategies for risk management, compliance with government regulations and standards, strong past performance examples. If you do not have a track record, perhaps you can begin by building a track record of successfully fulfilling government contracts. Competitive pricing, offer competitive pricing while ensuring that it covers your cost and allows you for a reasonable profit margin. Government contracts often require cost effectiveness, but not necessarily just that. Some of the contracts might look for highly skilled personnel or know-how within the business who can fulfill particular contracts, but some contracts would be purely based on finance. Quality control and performance metrics demonstrate how you will maintain quality and meet performance metrics throughout the contract term. Provide detailed plan for monitoring and reporting. Security and confidentiality highlight your ability to handle sensitive government data and maintain security and confidentiality. Especially these days, there's not necessary for all the contracts, but for some, they have cybersecurity essentials. Something to take notice. Small business programs. If you are a small business, explore programs like set asides, which can provide you with preferential treatment in the bidding process. Networking, build a relationship with government procurement officers, attend industry events and conferences, stay informed and in contact with the government contracting community. Submission, follow instructions carefully when submitting your proposal, ensure it's submitted before the deadline and required format. Always make sure that it's within the scope, and you need to highlight how you planning on solving a outline issue within the contract. Review and revise before submitting. Have your proposal reviewed by experts or consultants who are familiar with government contracts. They can provide valuable feedback and help you make improvements. Yeah, if you have necessary systems in place, something like NDA agreements, legal agreements, before sharing anything that potentially can cost a lot of money for your business, before sharing any of that work with anybody else, as well as holding those people accountable when systems that you might want to have in place before sharing all that with others. Post-submission engagement. After submitting your proposal, be prepared to engage with government representatives for questions and negotiation. Be responsive and cooperative during the phase. Usually they do have Q&A sessions, especially in the UK. Those sessions can be held a week before or 4 weeks before submission deadline. It depends on the project and what is system within the contract. Patience and persistence. Winning a government contracts can be a lengthy and competitive process. Be patient and persistent, and consider bidding on multiple contracts to increase your chances of success. If you know what you're doing and taking risk into account, yes, it can take a lot of time. So, some people told me it can take up to 3 years to do it. I have published a book, Game Strategy, for those of you who are interested in doing a little bit of the research before starting your own business, understanding markets, the way how you can think about business, some of the lessons or experiences that I had, all the research that I have done so far. I have written everything down in easy to understand concepts within the book for everyone who is interested in starting their own business. I think it's very, very important tool to have. You can find this book if you would go down below under this video in the description, or you can purchase it on my company's website, or you can buy on top retailers like Amazon or others. Thank you. For those of you who haven't done it, if you do have a great idea and if you are willing to do a lot of work, I guess, that's one of the ways how you can find a lot of contracts of competitive process where government is publishing a lot of opportunities for any business to bid of potential of managing certain services and perhaps winning some of those contracts. And if your company can come in and manage those services a lot better, it can greatly benefit everyone. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.